Alright, so I grinded a little bit, well, a lot, a couple of hours. Oh yeah, I got Jeebel's glasses. So apparently, it's right here. What it does is give me infinite mana. So I got all of the monster shards, which apparently made the spawn when that happened. I got nearly every item completed and made. Took a long time. Had to grind a lot of materials, or buy some. Quests I haven't done yet. I have made every single item recipe. So I'm just gonna finish her quest off.
Did you?
I want this.
That's... Oh,
You're welcome.
Lethality ring. I also got like 3 achievements off camera. One was get 500,000 gold. I had like 1 point something million there. I think 1.3 or something, and I used it all up. One was get all the shards, and one was dismantle items 10 times.
Is there anything?
yes.
I'll help you.
A risotto. Made with apple and rice.
Did...
Do I have one? I'd have to buy it.
Oh, what would you like to buy? Is it there you are? Did you... That's... Oh, I feel a little better.
You're welcome. Don't give up. You're going to...
Demon necklace. What does that do? Oh yeah, I made like every single weapon, including the 8-bit weapons. There's a couple of items I haven't gotten, because I can't make them. What I'm looking for? Demon's necklace. Eliminates vulnerability when using shards. Oh. Where is it? Here. Does that mean... What does that mean? Oh my god, I can spam this. No, I can't, because there's still a cooldown. Sad.
Answer my call!
I have still have mana. Okay, well. Yeah, so I have infinite mana with this. Oh, I still can't cast because I don't have enough mana. I just put this on for no reason, really.
Come!
I don't remember why I put that on. Oh, zombies. Okay. I don't know what half of these do. Anyways, what do you want
Is
next?
there any...
Yes.
I'll help...
Noodles and broth. Gambler's ring.
I suppose I'll...
Do I have that?
Did...
I do not.
Oh, what would you like to buy?
It's this,
Is it... Oh, thank you.
I
Did
think.
you-
Is this it?
That's it.
Okay.
You're...
Gambler's ring.
Is there...
Yes.
I'll help...
Food that falls apart. It's a simmered dish.
I suppose I'll stick around.
What is that?
Oh, what would you like to buy?
Eh? There's too many dishes. Is it this?
Is this... Oh, thank you.
Is it
Is
this?
it here you are?
It looks something like that. Or is it
Is
this?
calm?
It all
Thank
looks
you.
similar. It's one of those. Green in the middle. Yeah. This one?
I'm sorry for the trouble, but
Don't worry.
It's gotta be one of these.
Don't worry.
It's so hard to see from the picture.
Don't worry.
Okay, it's got a blue dish. Oh, they're all blue. I tried that. Is this?
Don't worry.
No, it's dark green in the middle. Yeah. It's not this, is it? Maybe I don't have it.
Don't.
Have a. Oh, what would you like to buy?
It's not this, is it? I have one of those. It's not those. Oh, must be this. Wait, I have that.
Did you?
Simmered this.
That's. Oh,
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, the reason I have so much food is because I upgraded this, increased the probability of returning items, and I have it as a passive. So randomly when I craft food or a weapon, I can have multiple. It gives me like 5 copies. So I have like multiple weapons, and then I just disassembled them for materials, or sold them for money. Because you get the full materials back, but you need the alchemist, which you can buy from the shop.
oh, what would you like to buy?
Alchemist. Which costed a lot. I had to buy multiple stacks of them. Probably had to buy like a
Yes.
couple hundred.
I'll help you.
Beef hot pot. Says you dip the meat and vegetables in something before eating them.
I suppose. Did.
I don't think I have it.
Oh, what would you like to buy?
Looks like that, kind of. Oh, there it is.
Is this pleasure doing
I have one.
business? Did you?
Meat. Hot pot. That's not it. It's some sort of hot pot, right?
Oh, what would you like to buy?
There's a meat hot pot. That's not it? Or is it? This one? Sukiyaki?
Did. That. Oh,
You're well.
Do you have any more?
yes.
I'll help.
Something life-changing. It's an unforgettable meal made with a choice ingredient.
I suppose I'll stick around and wait.
It looks like steak,
Did.
which oh, exquisite steak.
What was your name again, miss?
Miriam.
Oh, thank you, Miriam. You've gone through so much trouble just for me.
Oh, nonsense. You've made me a better cook.
When you need help, look to others the way I did. Someone as kind as you will come along. You deserve that.
Well, that's nice of you to say.
It's true. You'll see. Here's a little kindness for you right now.
Thank you, Susie.
Oh, you're welcome. I you don't mind if I tuck myself in. All that food has made me sleepy.
You ate a lot of food.
Of course. Good night.
You had like 20 meals.
Oh, what would you like to buy?
I need that exquisite steak back.
There you are.
That should be all the quests, right? Yeah, quests are all done. I'm gonna eat all the meat. Or all the stuff for the stats.
Scrumptious. 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 Scrumptious.
Okay, I think I've eaten everything. Let's go check.
What are we transmuting this time?
Yeah, that looks like everything. Okay,
Come back.
so a couple of items I still need to get. I had to look these up. Also, I learned you can infinite jump with high jump. Does it reset your regular jump? The first item is... I don't remember, actually. It's over here. Oh yeah, there was one recipe I was missing. It was in the water place. So I had to go grab that. Okay, I need dimension shift for this. Ow. It's here, I believe. Something I forgot about.
Dimension shift!
Oh my god, can't even see it.
Dimension shift!
So I got a Valkyrie sword. Where is it? 98 damage. I wonder if this has some sort of special ability. Also, I have no idea what my weapon's called anymore, because I upgraded the flying sword. And I have so many weapons here now. Oh, it's the Oracle Blade. I have an improved flying sword, which I didn't use at all. There's one more. There's one more item I need to get. And then I think I'm done with all the items. Yeah, it's head armor. Because there's an achievement for getting all the items. Where am I going? Also, to get the money, I just ran back and forth between a room hundreds of times, breaking lanterns. Where am I going? This one. This one? Sure, let's go with this one. Let me up. Oh, chest. Right, I have dimension shift on.
Text Arceus! Text Arceus! Text Arceus!
Over here. Okay. I need dimension shift again. think it's here. No? It's in this room somewhere. Where is it? Was it horse glasses or something? Should be... Huh? I read it was in this room.
Dimension shift! Dimension shift!
Can't use dimension shift anywhere. Said I need dimension shift. What if I... I've got too much armor. I don't know what I'm looking for. Vegas plate?
Invert!
It's not on the roof. Where is this thing? I swear I read it was in here.
Dimension shift!
Or was that it? No. Well, time to look it up again. Alright, it is in this room.
Invert!
I just need to find it. It's over here, I think. What? They said it's here.
Dimension shift! Dimension shift!
Oh, found it. What the fuck? It's up here? Okay, whatever. I think that's everything I need to do. Now I can fight the boss, right? Let me just check my achievements real quick. Alright, all I have left to do is find all the demons, which I assume is the final boss, complete the map, and what else? I forget what the other thing was. There was 3 of them, right? Oh, reach level 50. Yeah, I can't do that. And then there's 3 hidden achievements, which I have no idea what they are. I assume they're ending related? Okay, so... I'm just gonna get out of here and then teleport back. And then I'll fix my equipment. Alright. What do I want to wear for this? I don't know, I want my Oracle Blade. Headpiece? Valkyrie Tiara? Or is there something better? This gives me more int. Oh, these give me more int. Oh, this also gives me more int. That's all I care about. I just want to burst it down, whatever it is. I guess. Valkyrie dress. Is there something better? Oh, this gives me more int. Oh, so does this. What else we got? Okay, I probably want Jeebel's glasses just for the infinite mana. And then something that gives me int. Solemn's ring? Risk ring. I'll try it if I have trouble dealing damage. Okay, and then scarf. For the rainbow scarf is just the best scarf. Okay. Now we run over the save point.
Dimension shift!
Well, I teleported right into him. Then left.
Dimension shift! Dimension shift! Dimension shift! Dimension shift!
Alright. For a save, save my shards. No idea what I want. Really doesn't matter for this. Accelerator, maybe have... Do I have anything good here? There's no good manipulative spells. Maybe standstill? There's rank 1. Oh, but... I have infinite mana. And then this Flying Dagger is probably my strongest skill. Here, I don't know what I want. Augment Int. I should have probably maxed that out. Proportional to your wealth. Well, I don't have that much wealth. Not anymore anyways. Familiar? Sure. Okay, let's go. Oh, it just straight up freezes. I can't attack again. I can't even open the door. Yeah? Are you the final boss? She's being corrupted.
So even Gremory has failed me. Alfred was afraid of what you could do with the shards, but not I.
Look at you. Is that what you wanted? The crystal? You betrayed us, Dominique.
Oh, don't think me ungrateful. I have you and Johannes to thank for teaching me the alchemist's lore and how to control the shards. Shards, I might add, which you gave to me of your own will. Your sacrifice has become my strength.
I didn't give you that much.
Why are you doing this?
Because once again, the demons appeared, and once again God stayed silent. While his servants were slaughtered mercilessly one by one. So I began to wonder, what if there is no God? What if the Lord we grovel and pray before is a lie, and our faith draws power from some other nameless, unspeakable thing? If so, I wash my hands of it. Because God can rot. I decided to seek a higher power, the power to slay gods.
Do you realize how many people have died as a result?
They deserve to die because they were weak, and more will follow until I obtain all I desire.
This whole mess wasn't enough for you?
If the last summoning had been enough, I wouldn't have had to bring you here.
You're after a more powerful demon. Sheeple's crystal wasn't enough to summon it, so you needed mine instead.
Smart girl. I like that. But your crystal was too clean, too pure. So I made sure you would obtain shards and acclimate yourself to demonic power. Then Gremory could possess you after the battle with Jebel had worn you down. If Zangetsu hadn't betrayed me.
Doing the right thing isn't a betrayal.
You know what? I never expected to be put in a corner like this. You leave me no choice but to play my final card.
A book! Is that the
I will
Libelogaiath?
use my crystal and the Libelogaiath to summon Baal, the ultimate demon!
Do you realize what will happen to you?
Do you? You don't. So I'll tell you. There's a reason Jeeble survived 10 years ago.
What does he have to do with this?
It was in his blood. An exorcist, like me. Our blood suppressed the crystal corruption and effectively spared his life. And now I have surpassed him. I command the crystal through Enochian script. No demon is too powerful for me to summon, even if I cannot keep it here forever.
But the process is slow, because I can see the summoning isn't complete.
Do you really think you can stop me before then?
Oh yes, I do. You don't understand what power is for. You wield it stupidly, arrogantly, and now you will pay the price.
Hello there. Rigastoraima. Enjoy. Disarray.
That's a thing. So I can just leave. I can just leave that there, and it'll just deal damage to her
Vaiska.
because time has stopped. If I unstop time, this would be bad. There is a lot of stuff on the field. You know, I kind of expect
Rigastoraima.
her to be stopped in time as well when I did this. Let me go back over there. Or
Disarray.
maybe walk into. Okay. Oh, that hurts too. I might die. I'm not allowed to let go of this button. I'm for sure dead if I do.
Vaskia.
I wonder what that's supposed to be. Can you walk back into that? Thanks. This is so dumb. I can still stop and unstop time. Oh god,
Nothing insurmountable.
I'm stopping time. That's loud. Because there was a lot of effects overlapping there. I kind of want to see how much HP she has. Ew. Right. Oh, I can't wear his glasses because I have to wear the... Right. Okay. Oh, my MP regen is so slow, what the...
So
Here, have this. 5,000.
Rigastoraima.
Die, demon. Oh, what the fuck?
Tesrosai.
What's that? Ouch.
You leave me no choice. Baal, I summon thee to my side.
What the fuck? You are huge. So, if... How much HP do you have, first of all? I cannot hurt you. Oh, 9,000. Okay. So what you're telling me is I'm allowed to do this. So this is what you're telling me I'm allowed to do. I can only drag 2 swords. This seems kind of cheap. A little bit cheap. I mean, it's all in the game, so I'm allowed to use it, right? It was intended. Well, I killed one of them. I like how this boss stops moving, but Dominic doesn't.
Congratulations!
These 2 things are so overpowered. But didn't I win? I got 1,000 gold. Why was there phase 2? Check the screen.
Dominique. She could have done so much good, but...
I know.
Wait. The Liber Logaeth.
The book that started it all. What are you going to do with it?
The same thing the Master was trying to do. Before he died, he inscribed Enochian letters onto each of the castle's structural weaknesses. Now, I will use the book to perform a rite here at the heart of the castle. The rite will activate the Enochian script and send the castle and demons back from whence they came.
So that's what Alfred was trying to accomplish.
We need to begin. Stand back, Miriam.
So that's why he wanted a Liber Logaeth. A cutscene. We did it. Why did the city turn red?
It's over.
Yes. You've made the world right again.
Not without sacrifice. Jeeble, Alfred, Zongetsu.
Jeebel's fate was already sealed. There was nothing you could have done. And the Master and Zangetsu made their own choices.
Oh yeah, what happened to
They
Zangetsu?
fought gladly and proudly for what they believed in.
He kinda just got sucked into Grimoire's portal thing.
Lives like theirs deserve to be celebrated.
True. And demons still remain in this world. We can grieve later, after finishing the last of them off.
That reminds me. the Master took note of how I was forestalling your corruption and suggested some improvements. I think I might be able to stop the crystal from overtaking you permanently.
Really?
I can't make any promises, but yes, I think.
Well, thank you, Johannes.
You're very welcome. Come on, let's go home.
All right.
The walk animations were a bit jittery. Well, that's Bloodstained. I understand why a lot of people like this game, because it's like the Castlevania games. It's very similar to them, so I guess there's like nostalgia, but I have not played those. I've only watched a couple of playthroughs of them, so there's something wrong with this game. Like, a lot of the boss fights were okay. Like, they were okay. Except for 2 bosses, I believe, or 1. I know for sure the Speed Demon was absolute terrible. Because, I don't know, that fight felt so RNG. If you got hit or not, and that kind of made it terrible. I remember there was another boss, maybe there wasn't. I thought there was another boss that was terrible. But I can't think of it right now. I probably mentioned it earlier. But anyways, yeah. That boss was terrible. I hated it. I wish it was balanced more, unless there was something in Nightmare Mode that buffed it or something. Because from what I know, the first boss got a new attack, so I assume like every other boss might have some change. Level art, I mean, it was good. There was a lot of hidden stuff, and it was a lot of backtracking you had to do to open some doors, and you had to go around a lot of places. Oh, it's gonna go through the bosses. Well, I'll remember it then. The hand boss, it was fine, once you learned it a bit. Like, all of its attacks were dodgeable. Where was I? Oh yeah, level design. It was okay, like, all areas were different enough to be separated from each other. Yeah, there was a lot of backtracking you could do, and I don't know what the enemy placements were like in normal compared to normal, because I know Nightmare Mode had different enemy placements, which made it a lot worse to go through some of the areas. That boss was fine once you learned it a bit. I kinda got lucky that it bugged out, but I still could have beaten it, even if it didn't, I think. Yeah, a lot of the places just got really frustrating to go through because of the enemies, and that might be because of Nightmare difficulty, just messing with the enemy placements. Until you got, like, really high damaging abilities, which for me was my knives, the flying daggers, or the arrows at the start, that made the game a lot more bearable to go through. Because before I got the arrows, I was kind of really weak, and it was really hard to kill things. So I guess the game relied on its abilities a lot. There was a lot of summoning abilities. Like, everything was just a summon, it felt like. At least half the spells were just summons. Which there's nothing wrong with, but eh. What was this boss? Oh, this boss was fine. It was a pattern boss. That was a completely fine boss. I think that was one of the most balanced bosses. We're already on the next boss. Oh yeah, that boss. I hated that boss. I didn't hate the boss in particular. I hated that you had to go through the level again just to get to him. The boss was actually pretty easy. And then this boss. Like, you did not get those kinds of gaps all the time. If you got those kinds of gaps all the time, that would be an okay boss. You just find the nearest gap and you try and stay in it. But yeah, it might have been a buff to Nightmare difficulty, but the entire screen was basically filled. You had no gaps. You had to RNG and hope that he passes through one area and then you jump into that area within like half a second. It's just, story was fine. A little twist at the end with Dominique. Oh yeah, the Jeeble fight. I didn't like the Jeeble fight. Not the Jeeble fight in particular, but how to progress through it. But you had to notice the moon turns red mid-fight, like when he's about to die. And then you have to hit it with the Zangetsu. I knew you had to hit the moon with the Zangetsu. That's why I went to the red moon, but it wasn't there. That area with the red moon. So, I didn't know what to do. I actually liked this fight a lot. Because a lot of her attacks were telegraphed, so it means you could have enough time to react and dodge. Like, having enough time to react and dodge makes a fight much better. Oh yeah, this fight was terrible! That's the other fight I was thinking of. That was the worst, one of the worst fights in the game. And I already expressed why earlier when I was fighting him. What is this? Eh? Oh right, that's OD. Wait, what? Check out complete. Wait, what the fuck? Get personalized game reviews. I'm gonna stay on Mirror Hunt tonight. What the fuck is this? Some of the abilities were interesting, others not so much. A lot of the summon ones were just kind of lackluster, I guess. The music in this game was really good though. I really enjoyed the music. I didn't like some of the quests. Well, mostly the cooking one. The cooking one kinda sucked. Because it required you to go to places and kill things just to get their materials to cook. And yeah. Like, by the end of the game I had like, I don't know, how many? 6 or 7 I had to still go through. Like, I feel like you should just be able to complete the quest by going through the game, not specifically having to grind specifically for that quest, unless it tells you to grind. Because, like, a lot of the drops were like, what, 4%, 8% drops, and if you didn't find the enemy you needed for that recipe, you would have to kill an enemy which you think might have the drop until he drops it, until you can see his entire drop list. And if he didn't have it, you'd have to go to the next one. I really dislike that. Not to mention, you have to kill him to get the drop, just to know he has the drop, but you also have to get the drop probably multiple times. And since you didn't know what recipe was coming up next, you couldn't just grind for the next recipe at the same time. You just had to go through it one by one, and it was just pretty annoying. The hunt quest, I didn't mind that because it told you where and what to hunt. That was pretty easy. You just go around killing everything in that room, which, The item one, not a big fan of as well, but like, as you can just look through the inventory to find it. Like, you could either buy it or you make it. That was how it went most of the time. Did I mention the combat in this game? I like the combat in this game. Like, with all the different spells you can use, it kinda just... and all the weapons as well, but I didn't use that many weapons. Okay. With the Mighty Deathbringer. Weapons. There was a lot of unique weapons, but a lot of the weapons were pretty generic. Some of the weapons had, like, unique attributes, or even hidden attributes that you didn't know about. So, that'd be something to just test if you, like, you just find a random weapon and maybe it has something. Like, that's kind of neat. Oh, okay. Turret Sandstorm. I mean, I like this game for the most part. Like, just because it was on Nightmare difficulty, it made it probably a bit more frustrating. Like, going through that first area in the castle, I died so many times. And, Speed Demon boss, I have an insane distaste for that Speed Demon boss. And for Alfred. Those bosses should be tuned. And that might be because of the Nightmare difficulty, but... yeah. But other than that, I think this is an okay game. Like, once you get overpowered, like, once you hit late game, you're kind of just overpowered. Like, I was melting bosses with the flying daggers in just a couple of casts. It was just... Like, I'm sure other spells could do something like that as well, but... Yeah, you just got really overpowered in the late game. And that's without leveling. On Nightmare difficulty. Like, where things are supposed to be harder. I just destroyed bosses within, like, seconds, even.